Hi, my name is Elizabeth Blosfield. I'm the Deputy Editor for Carrier Management, and I'm here at ITC in Las Vegas talking to insurers about the conference's theme, Wonderland of Possibilities, and what they see ahead for the future of insurance. What are some of the biggest tech trends that you've seen currently?
So, good question. So I think it's, without going to the buzzword, you've got to say AI, right? That is so quickly accelerated into the insurance market as a piece of technology that a lot of organizations are. Last year at ITC, people were going, what is AI? How do I use it? Now, this time, another year later, people are going, we've actually been utilizing it. These are some of the things that we've done with it. These are some of the great things it's done, but also some of the things it's exposed in our implementation. So I think AI has been a big kind of story for the insurance market. I like to focus in more on actually some of the lessons learned, because I think generally what hasn't worked is more important than actually what has worked, because it helps other organizations go, okay, that's a really good lesson learned there. And some of the kind of insights we're getting is you've got to make sure you've got your process fully defined to be able to fully leverage AI's capabilities. So for example, if you're supporting the digital submission intake utilizing artificial intelligence, you're not rekeying data. But if that's flowing into a team who are underserved and haven't got enough bandwidth, that's going to be a problem for them. So technology trends, AI for sure, more focus on automation around the world. We are a global economy, right? So a lot of organizations for the E&C market will have a London market syndicate, a Bermudan arm, a reinsurance arm, and these different organizations within their own group are now wanting to harmonize how they exchange data internally, but also kind of across the globe.
Yeah, and I love that. I love what you said about lessons learned, because instead of thinking of those things as failures or mistakes, you can learn from them and still move forward, which is great advice. And I know, as you said, Accord is playing a big role in this, and you have your Adept platform as well. Can you talk about that and some of the work that it does?
Yeah, sure. So Accord 10 years ago formed a technology group called Accord Solutions Group, and celebrating our 10th anniversary in 2026. And Accord Solutions Group is entirely owned by Accord Corporation. So it's a subsidiary, and it's here to serve our Accord members with one thing only, which is to drive Accord standard adoption. And what Adept does, it sits in the middle of the kind of the universe, and it acts as an interoperable messaging gateway. So what does that mean? So if I'm a big global carrier, some of my producing brokers can send an Accord message digitally to them. Fantastic. Adept will enable that message to come in, and it'll be routed into that carrier system. But some of those producing brokers may still be providing emails to that carrier. So that carrier has to rekey that information into their system. But what Adept does with our transcriber solution, which is an AI-driven data extraction technology, is take that email, orchestrate the data into a structure, Accord, and then route that through to that carrier in that same consistent and void standard. So what Adept is doing for the industry, and we've been really focused on the reinsurance and specialty market first, enabling that digital data exchange across the universe. We're now looking to pivot that technology into the US P&C market and understand with our members, our P&C brokers, carriers and agents, how can we best leverage this investment in technology, this investment in messaging to be able to drive digital P&C business data exchange.
Yeah, that's great. It's exciting work that you're doing. You mentioned earlier, some of the challenges and kind of taking lessons away from those. So what are the biggest challenges with the use of data and new tech that you're seeing currently?
So good question. So someone asked me a similar question the other day, and I think the key kind of nub of it, there's two facets really in my head. You've got technology and legacy platforms that organizations utilize that can actually become a positive, not only a negative, but you've also got cultural change. The biggest barrier to any form of modernization or embracing AI or embracing even harnessing platforms like Adept to start doing digital messaging is what is that cultural change to that team's process. So if a technical accounting team is familiar with rekeying in invoices and they've got team 20, 30, 40 employees, if not greater, who are used to that process, but now you're going to introduce new technology like Adept to speed up that process. To a CFO, that's music to his ears. Of course it is. Greater, faster transactions, quicker payments, all that good stuff, reconciling cash quicker. But what does it mean to that technical accounting team? If that team is now going from 40 to 20, because you're empowering them through technology, how do you get around some of those barriers? And taking those teams on that journey to go, this is helping to make you more efficient, allow you to focus on the detail rather than focusing on the data entry and rekeying of information. That's the biggest barrier, more so than actually, I'm using an old version of a policy administration system, how does it integrate? That's easy. There's loads of great tech to solve that problem statement. It's more the people and the impact it means to their business workflow.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And we've spoken a lot about what's ahead for the insurance industry with technology. So what's ahead for Accord? What are your goals over the next couple of years?
That's a great question. So what's ahead for Accord? So particularly in the North American P&C market, the big thing for Accord over the next sort of over 2026 and beyond is to really lean in and bring back the collaboration point with our Accord P&C members. So all of the agents, the brokers, the carriers in the P&C market, we harness that Adept architecture that we've proven in the reinsurance and specialty world to deliver digital data exchange really successfully. But how can we implement that into the US P&C to reduce the amount of email traffic, reduce that amount of email interaction back and forth? Someone goes on holiday. Did we reconcile that invoice? Did we not reconcile that invoice? If you're doing this digitally, there's full auditability. So by implementing Adept into the US P&C market, we see there's massive efficiency gains, but we're not going to do it alone. We're going to do this with our members together, because Accord is a membership, it's a community. We're going to get all of our members together and drive that. What are those processes? What are those priorities for us to focus on? And then start to deliver utilities for the market in that space. That's what that's hot for us for 2026 and beyond.
That's great. Lots of exciting stuff ahead. And then we just have a couple of fun Alice in Wonderland themed questions. So my first question is, which character in Alice in Wonderland do you identify with most? Alice for curiosity, White Rabbit for speed, or Cheshire Cat for strategy?
That's interesting. So loads of people know me for talking too fast, always bundles of energy and kind of drive. So definitely there's an element of speed for sure. But I think particularly in that US P&C space, curiosity is absolutely where we are right now. So I'm Alice in that regards, because we really want to almost slow down to speed up in so much as really stop, listen and understand where are those pain points for our members in the P&C market and start to deliver some real great valuable standard-based technology to help them exchange data faster, quicker, better, because we all share the same problem. We're all exchanging data every single day, and a lot of them are sharing between trading partners, all the same people. The market isn't that big. But we do this in a standardized fashion. We should be able to save costs for everyone, which I think is good for the whole market.
Yeah, I love that. And Alice, White Rabbit combo. And I heard a little Cheshire Cat in there too with the strategy. That's great. And then the last question is just, if you had a magic key like Alice to unlock one challenge in insurance, what door would it open?
What I would love to be able to do is define my one key would be to drive that digital data exchange through the universe, so that everyone, no different to your kitchen is the same as mine, we all share the same underpinning common pipework across the industry. All we're trying to do is connect everyone together on that common consistent pipework, irrespective of who you are, a broker, agent, carrier, reinsurer, doing personal lines or treaty reinsurance. You're still exchanging placing information, accounting information, claims information. So my key would be to unlock that connectivity across the industry, which is what we're trying to do. But we do appreciate you do have to take everyone on their own little journey, back to the cultural impact before, in making sure everyone's bought into what does this mean for me and my department, my team, and how do we get going. So that'll be the magic key I'd love to be able to unlock, is driving that kind of swift for insurance model across the ecosystem.
Yeah, that's great. And it sounds like you're doing it, and it's exciting what's ahead for 2026 as well.
Lots to do, but yes, but we can't do it without our members. So we're deeply appreciative of everything our members do to help us. Yeah.
The second annual Risky Future Summit is available on demand. The go-to virtual event built for today's risk managers. This virtual summit will include expert discussion on transportation, commercial auto, climate change, cybersecurity, nuclear verdicts, and more. Unlock your potential with lessons from the best in the business. This exclusive event is hosted by Elizabeth Blosfield, Chad Hemingway, Andrea Wells, Alan Lehman, and Ezra Amaker. Visit riskyfuture.com to view the on-demand videos.
Insurance professionals work hard every day to keep people safe, but as technology transforms the industry, how can insurers protect not only their clients, but also shield themselves from ever-changing cyber risks? My name is Elizabeth Blosfield, and I'm the host of the Insuring Cyber podcast, a monthly look into how the world of cyber and the business of insurance are connected.